CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Yeah. What's up, King?
What's going on? What's going on, Brother P? How you?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you smiling, you feel me? Glowing. I mean, them cheeks. I love you, bro.
Love you too.
Like, seriously, man, I love you. Man, so, a couple weeks ago, you feel me? You hit me up. Like, I got this idea. And, you know, I'm all for the ideas. You feel me? So, I want to explain the stock market to our people.
Right.
So I was like, okay, all right. If you game, I'm game. I don't know too much about the stock market. I've never invested in anything in the stock market. I remember watching Wolf of Wall Street and wishing that I had the tenacity that he had to mess with them penny stocks and to blow things up. But then I'm like, well, that was illegal because he kind of played around with it. But I'm not worried about none of that stuff. Right. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out what the stock market is, how me and my people can invest in the stock market. I'm trying to get my kids into investing right now. I said they're young. You feel me? Like, now is the time. You got a job. Don't be buying all these sneakers and clothes and shoes and sneakers, and start investing some money so you have some money later on.
Right.
So I'm learning. 46 years old, right? And they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But listen, I'm willing to learn. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do your thing and talk to your people. This is your show. It's not mine. You feel me? I appreciate you, good brother.
Appreciate you, too.
I do. For even thinking about the radio station. So let's go, man. Stock Market 101. This is King Annias. Listen up.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. Shout out to Queen, wherever she's doing right now. She's living her best life, as she should. But this has been something that's been on me for a while. A lot of my friends, colleagues, and people, they come around me and they say, you read a lot. You have a lot of knowledge. You should pass it off. And this is something I've been sitting on for a little while. I've been sitting on it, I say, well before the pandemic. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm your host, King Annias. Welcome to Stock 101. I just got to say this, and I'm going to say this every single episode that we do. I am not a financial expert. I'm not. This information is solely the purpose to pass off to you. It's not to be considered professional finance information. Please know that you're investing at your own risk. Basically, I got to say that because I'm not a financial expert. I mean, if I was a financial expert, we don't know where we would be right now. But right now, we're here. And I want to pass off the stock market to my people. I want to pass off information about it. What a lot of people don't know, and this is how I say it in layman's terms, it's a legal way to make money. It's basically gambling, but you playing around with shares of a stock. We'll get into that in a little bit. Basically, what the stock market is a marketplace where buyers and sellers can trade publicly listed companies. So, publicly listed companies such as Apple, Google, aka Alphabet, we'll get into that later too, Microsoft, and many other companies. Basically, how it breaks down, companies, how it works is that it helps them raise money to share shares to us, the public. There's different types of exchanges. One we hear is the New York Stock Exchange, or and the NASDAQ exchange. Basically, this is an exchange where investors, common folk like you and me, can buy portions and bits of companies. I'm gonna bring it to you now like this. As a former business owner, this is how it breaks down. Let's say your buddy is thinking about owning a pizza shop. He has some money saved up. He's really thinking about doing it. He looked at how much it would cost. It cost him about $10K or 10 grand. With that, he asked you. He said, "Yeah, I got $7 grand right now. I'm three grand short. Can you help me out?" You know your buddy is passionate about this idea. You notice that he sat down and came to you with information and getting some of your feedback, creating this. So you believe in him. You give him $3 grand. Now, what you just did was that you now have 30% of the company, which means financially it breaks down is that you will get 30% of whatever that company owns or whatever that company earns. Also, you also now own 30% of that company. Now, if the shop breaks down, doesn't work no more, a building gets repossessed, something like that by the bank, you may lose the $3 grand you put in it. But if the company makes its money, you'll get more a return on your investment. Stocks work in the same way. If a company struggles, stock prices fall, and it can go bankrupt and lose everything that everyone invested. But if the company is good and succeeds, it'll gain some profit. Now, as I said, they're financial instruments that represent partial owning of companies. When you buy a share, you become a proportionate owner of the issuing company of its profits and assets. Like I said, you own 30% of that company. Now, there's two different types of stocks. One is a common stock, which means it gives you voting rights and decisions within the company, as well as potential earnings and dividends. So, for instance, like I said, you own 30%. It means over the course of time, you own 30% of whatever that company earnings are. Then there's also preferred stocks. Now, with preferred stocks, you lack the voting, but you gain the money over time and you claim ownership of the assets. So, for instance, if a company's giving out a common stock priced at $3, you buy, I say, maybe 10 shares of that, 10 physical buyers, that's 30%. But sometimes it's not broken down in that same way in nature because it's all based off the price showing. Now, with that, this is how that breaks down. Some of you guys know what a ticker is. If you watch ESPN, you know what a ticker is. Basically, things scrolling across the screen, giving you the information. If you use to look into the stock market, it's the same way. The first thing you're seeing is the sticker symbol, which is the company's logo or the short code for the company. Many of us sit here and we also have Robinhood. We use other different trading platforms, and we see that first thing, that first symbol. For instance, Tesla. This is not the true number. I'm just saying it. The first number shown is what is called the stock price. For instance, let's say Tesla's price right now at $325 a share, meaning that you have to put in at least $325 to own one share of the company or a common holding stock of the company. Some of us that use Robinhood and other trading platforms have that ability. If you notice, every 3 months, you may get an email saying, it's time to vote on some things. And it gives you voting power within the company. Now, the next thing would be the price chart. Shows how the company moved over time. Green means up, red goes down. Looking at a chart of that way in nature, you will see if a stock's going up, a stock's going down. Also, you have many people out there that understand trends and things that they see to predict what should happen next. That's further down the line when we get into this breakdown of a stock. Now, volume means how many shares have been bought and been sold in a given period. High volume means a lot of activity, meaning that can be good or bad. People bought, people sold. Next is the cap, or the market cap. That's the total value of all combined shares. Price times total shares. Now, we'll break down all of that further going into this lesson, because this is just the first one, right, B? We got a lot of information to give you guys. Some of us have paid attention during COVID. You had something called a meme stock. Now, what a meme stock is something that was brought upon just for satire information, but people are buying into that satire. People are buying into it, and then that also can inflate or deflate a stock, such as GameStop and AMC during COVID. People thought it was funny that, GameStop price was listed at $5 a share, and some people were smart, realized we were stuck in a house. All people doing is playing games. What's your known game provider outside of the systems that we have that sell games and codes? GameStop. Also, who sold the equipment for gaming? GameStop. So instead of me going to the store, with my $500 that I had to go buy a PlayStation, some of us took that $500, seeing the price of GameStop, and bought 500 shares of it. Now, what that did, it inflated it, meaning anybody that had and owned that stock at that time made money. That means you can then pull it out. Legal gambling. Our senators do it. There's a website for that to see what they invest in. You know what I mean? It's easy once you get the understanding of it. Because the reason why I'm bringing this up to my people is because I noticed that a lot of gambling has been going on. A lot of the gambling apps have been popping up, and people have been jumping into it, risking money that way, and then not really having nothing out of it. But with this, I'm giving you information where it's that you can own something or try to own something, because owning a business is very expensive. Owning a business is a lot with it, as well as when you're trying to share it with other people. So let's really get into this. I'm having fun. Now, one thing I'm going to break down when it comes to seeing a stock listing, and what everybody really wants to know, is dividends, meaning how much you get from what you invested. Basically, it's percentage paid back to shareholders by dividends. Most companies pay out every quarter. I know you guys may have been seeing advertisements on your Facebook for Roots about people buying in their houses, and those renting it getting money back every 3 months. Basically, it's if you own a stock that pays dividends, you might get a check. Some stocks do pay dividends, some don't. Those that don't, all we do is buy shares of the stock. When the stock hits a certain price, we pull our money out. You'll still have to pay taxes on it, but it's been pulled out. When someone's paid dividends to you, meaning that you're getting a percentage each and every single 3 months from whatever that company earned within that time period. So if a company earned money, a good amount of money, they'll break you off a check. If they don't, you're not getting none in that 3 months. You need to see what's going on and really see whether you're investing your money properly. Now, the stock market is forever changing. The price of stock is constantly changing. So most people think this is what the company's worth. The company's growing fast, it becomes more profitable, releasing new products, things like that. People may want a piece of it. For instance, if you buy a stock for $10 and later sell it for $20, you double the money you earned. That's a gain. Right now, we're trying to make gains, give you gains. This is a gain. Information to help you later on. Like, this is just something new for me. Really breaking down the information I know and trying to give it off, as well as answer questions that's given to me about it. What time we got, P? I was like 13 minutes in. Yeah. No, it's just.
Like you running?
I'm not trying to run. It's just coming out naturally.
Well, then keep on talking. Talking about what you're talking about for.
Man, this is just.
Let's talk about what you just talked about. So,
Right.
for me, if I want to get into the stock market, is there an app that I can go to allow me to see what I need to do? Or should I just be watching C-SPAN or whatever channel that is, to find out the ticker and all that good stuff? Like, how would somebody that has no idea on how to invest, why I should invest, become an investor?
There's multiple apps out there. Multiple apps. Robinhood is one of them. I use Robinhood. You can also do it on your Cash App. That's a lot of people don't know is that Cash App is an area where you can buy stocks as well. Robinhood is the main one that a lot of people use. For instance, I actually have a Robinhood account. Let's bring it up. So with Robinhood, you can also buy crypto and other stocks as well. Right now, many people have saw. I don't know whether you guys were paying attention at the time. A news article came across saying that Coinbase was up, being purchased as be coming out, and Nas went and purchased a bulk sum of it to become a partial owner of the company. The initial price that was shown was how much that stock is. So when you go on to Robinhood and you click on a stock, I'm looking at Robinhood itself. Click on it, it's forever changing. It's $115 per share of this stock. Meaning that's the area, that's how much you will have to pay to own a share of the stock. Now, the numbers forever changing because the stock market is live and open. Other places you can see it is CNN, MSNBC, any actually news station, for instance, that'll come across speaking about the stock market and letting you know what the big things are moving are. That's basically where you would go to really gain information. Another area that we can also go to, some people use Coinbase, some people also use crypto.com. There's many different sources out there dealing with the stock market. But as I said, I use Robinhood and I also use GameStop. I also use Cash App too. Within your Cash App, you can go in and purchase different types of stocks. There's also a lot of basic information out there about, reporting stocks, what trends and things they may do. Some places it's called Market Watch. You have TechCrunch if you're into that, CNBC, Reuters, and the Wall Street Journal. When it comes to owning or gaining information on it, you really see what's going on. That's exactly how Tesla started. That's actually how some Bitcoin started. Tesla came out, was at a real low price. People really thought it would succeed. So they purchased stock at that value. Some lost money, some gained. It's all based on what you're seeing. If you feel like you should pull it out or keep it in, just know that if you take it out, you got to pay taxes on it. But there's ways around that as well.
Okay.
So I basically pay attention to what's new. Because everything new has to start somewhere, and people gotta. If you like it, as I said in the beginning, if you see the product is good, you really want to put more into it, you add into it. You buy it, you purchase it, you hold it. I have stock in a certain company right now. Their product's been up and down, but as every good company, the product's good, I know it's good, support it in the way I want to support it. Instead of me going out buying the product, having it and owning it for a certain amount of time until it lost its value, I purchase a stock. That value will gain over time. I don't physically have it in my hand.
Right.
It's not something I physically got, but it's something that I purchased that I can see that I'm earning something on. Granted, I'll put money in. The money I didn't put in may have been gone, may go, but then it may come back. Risk and reward, that's how I call it. You got to make a risk to get a reward out of it. Sometimes not all risks make rewards. And sometimes not every reward has a risk. Because if you sign up for certain apps, they give you a free bit of a stock. Now, granted, you may not own one portion of it, but you'll own a smaller portion of it. Meaning that, for instance, if stock was, as I showed you here for Robin, was 115, I don't got 115 to buy all of it, but I got $50. Now, the stock may be limited and saying you have to put up a certain amount first to even get into it. Certain IPOs, or now I'm going to break that down for you. Initial public offerings start at a certain value, meaning the company overall looked to see how much it had in capital. Now it needs public investors to jump in. It'll show you a basic price, a starting price value. But even with that starting price value, let's say it's $100, you have to buy at least 100 shares. That's typically what certain IPOs come out as. Some come out lower than that. If you on Robinhood, they actually give you a list of new stocks that are coming out, and they'll tell you the listing price. I know one of the gaming companies came out. They listed price was started at $45 a share. You had to buy at least 2 shares. $70. That's $90 before my math wrong. $90. Okay, you got about 200. Make it work. If you see and know that it's going to take off, that's when you should jump on it. Just like how it was in the Wolf of Wall Street.
What if it don't take off?
If it don't take off, you can try to pull out what's left, what you got left,
right?
Or you lost that 200. But it's all based off of the information that you think you see and what you read on. That's what I did when it came to AMC. That's what I did when it came to even GameStop. If the market, if the information showing you is telling you, if you act on this now, you can get a profit, you can do it. One other place, well, it's not really the stock market, but one other place we know is Kickstarter. You notice that when you have a newer product coming out, they need people to help fund it. They get it started with Kickstarter. Get started with a core amount of people that have faith in the product, and they'll put their money into it. Now you'll get different pieces from that. That's the same thing as the stock market, broke down in different ways. If I sit here and I go, all right, I got this new product, P, for you. It can do X, Y, and Z. But I'm presenting it to everybody. If you decide that you want it, I need a small capital investment of $100. Now, different tiers of that gives you different products. Start with $100, I'll give you this, I'll give you the product. $200, I'll give you a product or something else. $300, I'll give you this and that. And then it grows. It's the same thing when it comes to a stock. If I put a little bit amount of money into it, that's what I have. If I put more money, this is what I have, this is what I have, this is what I have. Like I said, $100, okay, I have $200. I now own 2 stocks. $300, I own 3. 4. Simple as that. So it can really add up. You can really lose. So, well, man, just think of that pizza shop. Just think of that. Just think of you as an owner of something that you've been wanting to do for
radio
a while.
station.
Radio station.
Right.
Right.
And I understand that, right? So a lot of people, when I first came up with the idea, all right, how you gonna make money off of it? So I don't know. But you know me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always figure out a way to get to the money. But not so much in a way that it harms anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had people come to me and say, all right, well, what's up with the radio station? I said, for the radio station to operate at its greatest capacity, I need more people. I need people. I need a sales department. I need people selling the radio station to different stores. If you go on right now and you listen to the radio, it's playing R&B. That could play while you're shopping. That could play while you're in the market. That could play while you're in the CVS. That could play while you're in Chespin. That could play while you're in different places, right? But it's all about them believing that it won't never be no curse words coming through and trusting the person that's selling them the product, right? So, and that's why, so we need somebody in charge of music. right? Then we need somebody in charge of podcasting. Then we need somebody in charge of radio shows. If we're doing a radio show throughout the day or a podcast throughout the day, right? You know, doing this throughout the day, right? So for me, it's not about how or when. It's about who and why. You know, who do I need and why do I need them, right? And then that brings in the money, right? So investing, if someone was to come to me and say, yo, P, I want to invest $20,000 into the radio station, I would say thank you. You feel me? But that $20,000, I don't even know, we can't spend that $20,000 on one person. You know what I mean? So how are you helping me? So get new equipment, all right, that's cool. We've already done that, right? So I need if I need anything, I need a community buy-in. You know what I mean? Where the community is like, yo, you want a real radio station right next door, a real on the dial, bro. Terrestrial radio station. You feel me? Like 95.6 FM. This is CMPradio.net. I already got the voice for it. You know what I'm saying? I can do all that stuff, but it's like getting people to believe in it, right, before it actually is. So, you know, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming through here, man. This is good information, man. You're going to keep on doing this every other week?
Every other week.
Every other week, right? Today we talked about the stock market. Today was just a practice show. You feel me? So I want you to go home, check out the show, and see where you can improve, because that's what it's all about. You feel me? Making sure we're giving a message in a way that we understand it. You know what I mean? Everybody. Everybody. Not just the smart people. Everybody.
It's not. Let me clear that up too. It ain't about smart people. It's about just being somebody open to learn new things. Everybody's smart. Everybody's intelligent. It's just what speaks to you to get your brain moving in a way that you enjoy it. Because I'm not the expert at this. I am not the expert at the stock market. I'm not. So I'm still learning as I'm going. Different types of stocks that are out there, different types of ways to invest, different types to spread my money across multiple things at one time. ETFs. We'll talk about that too. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a lot when it comes to this. It's a lot when it comes to just overall understanding where my money is going and how it's investing. And as the analogy that Brother P said about the 20K, we're going to talk about that too and how that would break down. Because somebody investing 20K in something like that, they think they should have a say in what goes on, saying what is being showed, saying what's being done. That's why it's a community-based radio station. We want the community to buy in, community to give us the things that they want, and we can provide that. I want us on that dial. When P announced this, like, almost 10 years ago, you was like, bro, I really want to make a station. Like, I'm like, radio station. Like, Power 99, better. Better.
For us. Owned by us.
Owned by the community itself.
Cultivating mature positivity.
You know.
I could have talked about all the violence in the city. I could have talked about the murders. I could have talked about the crimes. I don't. Like, we don't do that. I've never done that. Do I hold people accountable? Yeah, on my page I do that. I don't do that on CMPradio.net. Right. So, you know, yes, the owner of the radio station is critical of his community, right? Because he wants his community to understand who they are, right? And to work better so that the next generation understands what they have to do. You feel me? Like, we do it so they can see it and they can be it, right? So, you know, that's why the radio station is here. They can see it. So if they want to be a radio personality, listen, if they want to be a DJ, you feel me? Do it. Get it done. You feel me? Even for the DJs out there, all the DJs out there, send me a mix. Let's play. Let's see if we don't believe in it, then it never becomes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe in the radio station, then it never becomes, and that's what ends up happening. And I don't want to get other people outside of the city to appreciate it, because then it becomes theirs. So if we have tons of DJs in the city, send me a mix. Play a mix. I'll play your mix. I'm not worried about none of that stuff. But if we're not sharing, we're not doing. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I truly do.
Oh yeah, it's more after this too, you know, right? Like,
it better
I'm talking about just not the stock market itself.
Right. It's
something else that me and him been talking about for a while. And when I posted what I posted, I was got a kick in the ass, excuse my language, I got kicked in the ass by my brother and told me to stop playing around and show off and show out and be yourself, your true self. So working on something else too that he's going to help me with, and we'll bring that to y'all soon. Because this, when he presented it to me, I was ecstatic because it's something that represented Chester in a positive way. I'm all about bringing that positivity here. I thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this rolling. I just want to give y'all basic information. We got more coming for y'all.
That's it.
So see y'all in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Stock Market 101 with King Annias, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Listen, man, if you see him on the street, ask him questions. He probably got some information for you on the street. If you had to pick a stock right now to invest in.
I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming?
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Give me one.
One that I'm actually been following for a while is Lucid.
Lucid? That's a car.
It's a car. Electric car.
Electric car. Them joints is nice.
Yes. There is one person, I think, that's in the city of Chester that actually owns one. Mm-hmm. I keep seeing it. It's black. It's Lucid. I think it's a Lucid Air. If I'm looking at the body style, it's a Lucid Air. I researched this company during COVID because when I was working at the airport, one of the rental-car companies, I was paying attention to what was going on, the trend that was going on, and I also paid attention to what was going on in my nation. If we go back in time just a little bit, California had passed a law stating that their cars need to be zero-free emission by a certain time frame. It got changed. But once I heard that, I immediately went looking into electric car companies, up-and-coming electric car companies outside of Tesla, and I stumbled upon Lucid. Not only did I stumble upon them, but I stumbled across two others, too, that are prevalent in the area. Well, one is prevalent in the area right now, that's Rivian. So I went deeper into each and every single company to see how they would be able to benefit from this law and how it would benefit in California. Now, with that basic information, I found multiple things, multiple companies trying to work around and be different stages within that area. And I stumbled upon Lucid. And right now, their stocks have been up and down. I have them both on Robinhood and I have them both on Cash App. Also, if you listen to what I just said, I'm going to break it down for you just a little bit more. I have it on Cash App, have it on Robinhood. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread it out. So right now, type it in. Also, it goes on a Lucid group on Robinhood. Right now, it's $5.06 a share. The highest point it has gotten in a year, which you can also go on and look at the trends. The highest point it got in a year is $30 a share, starting at $5. Right now, it's at $5. That's how Tesla started. People laughed at Elon Musk. Ain't nobody gonna buy an electric car. Ain't nobody gonna jump into that. I mean, well, we need to get out of fossil fuels. Something to move around with. People that opted in shot up. Now you see a Tesla everywhere. Cybertruck, Model Y, multiple different things. And it started with someone believing in it and wanting to get a piece of it, to own a part of it. And that's how I started with them. So I say Lucid Group. I see the potential. If you want to see more about a Lucid vehicle, go right online or go straight out to King of Prussia. You know the old Toys R Us out there? They bought that whole area. They own that. That's the biggest facility in the United States. And it's right in your backyard. I went all the way up to Short Hills, New Jersey to see this car. Told the man I'm investing in this company. Salesman looked at me like, what you mean? I'm about to be trying to become an owner or some type of owner in this job that pays you. I made one suggestion to him that I said, can you get this upstairs? I'm making you this suggestion right now. I told him, your competitor has a location in this area. They have one. You should too. And me just speaking that must have got up the chain. Because now they in KOP. $5 a share right now. Put some money in. Spend a little bit. That $5 you about to take to the pop store, that $5 you want to get to the man, you know what I'm talking about? Put that in something else. Watch it grow. I mean, I put money in and this, I told you, went up to 20 before 20, $30. Once it takes off and the number stays up there, the more money you got to pay out just to get a piece of it. Try it out. Never know, but that's my one. I got a few others too, and it's paying attention to different things going on. We'll get into that later. That's just my insight. As I said, my name's Annias. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just passing on some finance information that I know that I'm giving back to my community.